All right, everybody. You know how we do. Brother Steve live at 5. That's right. You know what we do, y'all. We come on live at 5. 5-ish. 5:15-ish. 5:30-ish. Whatever. We here, y'all. So everybody come on in the room. Come on in the room. We got a good one today. We have got a good one today. It's going to get good today. It's a lot of information. We thank God. Boom! YouTube is now joining us right now. YouTube is here. And I see people on YouTube join us right now. Facebook is just logging on. All right, Facebook is here. People on my Facebook page. Now, here's what we're going to do. Today, we want you to share this video. Share this video, okay? Share this video. And I got some housekeeping rules we're going to get out the way. My little big sister is here. She's ready. She's in the waiting room cracking up laughing. She's waiting. Oh, comments are already. All right, everybody. That's right. Kimberly Marie, how you doing out there? Kimberly Marie, how you doing? I know Kimberly's going to share this video. We want to get about 10 people watching, and we want to make sure that you share this video, okay? Let me get some house rules out the way and get you going. If you know a pastor out there who needs to be on, get him on. Get him on. Now, let me say this. Let me get my housekeeping rules out the way. I want to thank everybody who sold into our ministry. This is a ministry. That's right. This is a ministry. Why? Because we help people. The resources that you help us with, help us to help others. Now, let me get this out the way today. As I said, everybody who sold a $5 gift into our ministry, thank you. If you sold a $5 gift into our ministry, thank you very much. Thank you. For those of you who sold a gift of like $15 or $20, well, God bless you. Why? Because I'm going to bless you. Okay? I'm going to bless you. What am I doing today? Everybody who sold a gift because of the group of people of $15 into our ministry, what am I going to do? I'm going to get you a Wi-Fi tablet. That's right. You get this. You'll get this. Okay. You will get this. If you sold a gift of $15 or more or anything over $15 into our ministry, you will get this Wi-Fi tablet. But it gets gooder. That's right. That's my word. It gets gooder. You can get a smartwatch. Look at that. A smartwatch. And you're going to get an MP4 player. All right. And you're going to get what? Some earbuds. That's right. All of this. We've got people who've already got their certificates, people who've already sold. Thank you so very much. Those of you, we had a couple people who sold earlier today. Before I went on the air, you get your certificates. As soon as I get off the air, you have them right away. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. It's official right now. If anybody's watching me, my favorite woman in the world is watching me. My mother is watching me right now in Cleveland. Y'all say hello to my mother, my mommy, and daddy out there watch me right now. And we're going to have Angel to come on just a few minutes. Share this video. I need y'all to share this video. Now, I'm not like, oh, they say I'll be bouncing stuff in the chair. Let me do the bounce. People want to see the bounce in the chair. That's right. They want to see. Now, here's what we're going to do. I've also have this today. I've got a pair of brand new Nike Airs. These are brand new. All right, brand new. We don't even know what to do with these shoes. All right, so if you want them, make an offer. All right, brand new pair of Nike. These they never been worn. Maybe one time on the car. These are brand new, and they've been sitting in our studio for literally like 4 years. Brand new pair of Nike Airs, and I don't even know what size they are. I think they are a size 13. All right, size 13. So if you know somebody that want them, hit me up. Say hi. Okay, people are saying hi to my mama. All right, hello. Hey, there you go. All right, see, that's how you get on my good side. Say hello to my mother. Hey, Kimberly, thank you so very much. Happy Mother's Day to Brother Steve's mommy. That's Mother Ora Harris. That is the prayer war extraordinaire. If you are a pastor, you want to watch this video. If you are a pastor, want to watch this video, thank you very much for coming on our broadcast on today. My little big sister is on, and she's getting ready to crank this thing up. Y'all get ready. Everybody who's sown, once again, I'm going to tell you this. If you sow a seed into our ministry of just $5. God bless you. Thank you so very much. When you sow 15 or 20 bucks, we're going to use that to help other people. You're going to get this. You're going to get a Wi-Fi tablet. You're going to get a smartwatch. And you're going to get an MP4 player. And you're going to get some earbuds. All right. Now, I'm going to be looking for about 3 pastors that we're going to bless them with a trip to Hawaii or Vegas when this epidemic slows down. And we're going to bless you with a trip to Hawaii or Vegas. Okay. So hit the Cash App. God bless you. Oh, look who is there. Now, let me say this. This lady, this woman, D. Antoinette, I know she shared this to all her friends right now. We're going to try to get her on the air. All right. We're looking to get her on the air and get her on. So I know she's going to share this to her page, to her listeners, her watchers. But check her out early in the morning. She gets up at 5 o'clock. She's praying at 5 o'clock. And she's a great praying woman. All right. Thank you. Ready for my, we're ready for my little, I know you're ready for her, but this is my show. I'm ready for her too. All right. All right. So yeah, you get all of that for us. Yes, a $20 seed, $15 seed. You get all of that. Yes, you do. You get all of that. All right. Amen. A trip to Hawaii or Vegas. Well, yeah, we're going to bless. We're going to find somebody to bless with that trip. Now, let me say this. I got to give away something else. As you know, the Lord blessed me. Somebody blessed me or us with a 55-inch television on last week. So we have an extra TV, flat screen TV in the studio. It's literally like new. It's like a 40-inch, and we got to do something with it. So we're going to hopefully find a church or ministry that we're going to bless with that TV. All right. All right, y'all. My little big sister is ready. Let me put my mama's comments on the screen right now. I can't use Cash App. Is there another? There is another way to give. What? There is another way to give. If you want to give to my PayPal account, inbox me and I'll give you my PayPal. Okay, inbox me and I'll give you my PayPal. Okay, there's hey Tara, thank you. Yes, Tara, she sold a seed today. Tara, you'll be getting your certificate today as well. And let me say this: when you sow a seed into our ministry, you have to inbox me from Facebook or one of my pages, and then I'll send you your certificate out to you, or email me. Okay, and we'll make sure that you get your certificate as well. All right. All right, here we go, y'all. It's time to crank this thing up. My little big sister's about to come on, but let me put my beautiful mother's face on the screen. Y'all can look at my mama some more. Happy Mother's Day to my mommy. Happy Mother's Day. I know Angela's cracking up right now. Happy Mother's Day to my mommy. She's cracking up. Thank you, everybody. Now, let me say this. Get your comments ready. We're going to answer live comments, and we're going to bring probably 2 people live on the air that you can ask a question, okay? Here we go, y'all. Let's crank this thing up. Let's get ready to learn something good. So while I'm doing what I'm doing, you better get ready just to share this video and let the people know we're glad to have you and we're glad you're here. All right. All right, y'all. Let's crank this thing. As you know, we do this to help people and to bless people. All right. So share this video. Share this video. Let's get our numbers up. Let's get more than 3 people watching. All right. We got more than 3 people watching. Let's get our numbers up. Let's share this video. Let's crank it up, y'all. Here we go. I'm Brother Steve, live from Hollywood, California.
From Hollywood.
Yo, DJ, are you done mixing yet?
Your DJ has only just begun.
Hello, I'm Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hey, it's LaToya Luckett, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
This is Rance Allen, and you're watching my friend, Brother Steve TV.
Hey, y'all, this is Leandra Johnson, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hi, this is Rodney Darkchild Jerky. This is Chris Tucker. This is Kirk Franklin. And you are watching Brother Steve. And you're watching Brother Steve. Brother Steve TV. Stay tuned.
From Hollywood, California, you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hands up! LA! Scream!
Woo! All right, y'all, here it is. My little big sister's here. Let's crank this thing up. Here she is, y'all. I'm so excited to see her. She's the best. She's awesome. Angel, what's up, girl? How
Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm so excited to be here. You had me
know.
laughing in the waiting room.
I had you laughing in the waiting room. We had you cracking up out there in the waiting room. Angela's in the house.
Hi, Mom.
All right. She know what to do. She know what to do. Say hi to mommy and everything out there. We are about to crank this thing up. You all, I'm going to open the floor for live comments. If you want to say live comments, I'll do that as well. I'm going to go to your PayPal. Okay, yeah, inbox me. I'll give you my PayPal address right now. And D. Antoinette Robertson, we thank God for you. God bless you so very much. Angel, I'll be putting up her website and everything at the bottom of the screen. This entire broadcast has been brought to you by Bro Steve University. That's brosteveuniversity.com. Go learn something new. Click and learn something new. Angel, let's crank this thing up. Let's get some pastors on the line. Let's get some people asking some questions. First of all, Angel, how long have you been doing this stuff? Angel, you have built companies, you've built businesses, you've raised millions of dollars, y'all. That's how I met it. Millions of dollars. I said, did we meet?
You sure did.
We met in the beauty salon, right?
But it was at a time where I was a controller and I had $9 million cross my desk in 6 months for an IPO. I remember that. That was that had to be almost 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then I was in the hair salon because the barber was closed and she was getting her hair did. You know, I use my own. She was getting her hair did, and then she says, like, I said, well, I got to get somebody to cut my hair. She said, well, my husband cut. I don't know him. She said, but, I work as a controller. Tell your husband, come on in here. We're glad to have her. Get this and we've been best friends ever since. Angel.
Ever since.
It's like my little big sister. I'm going to have her information on the screen and everything. Angel, let's talk about these SBA loans. Let's talk about what your company, what you do. And you're an expert. So, she ain't done this for 2 years, y'all. She the expert. Let's go, Angel.
Thank you. Well, we've been doing this business, both me and my husband. We have a company called Executive on the Go, and we've been doing this work for 18 years. Full time. Last year, we celebrated serving over 15,000 clients. It's been a beautiful run. We help for-profit, nonprofit ministries, churches, just people that are in businesses for legacy, franchising, licensing, any type of structure. That's what we specialize in. We do compliance. We make sure that our clients make sense and that they are ready to receive money.
Wow. She said, we make sure our clients make sense and they are ready to receive money. I'm telling y'all, she the one. It's like when it's like when us three get together and we sometimes we brainstorm like 11 o'clock at night. We sit in the room and like, let's just think of something else. And we do it. So she has her side when she does her stuff. Her husband does her stuff, and I do the creative stuff. We put stuff there. Angel, let's get right into it. Let's talk about these SBA loans. Like everybody's like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, I got a stimulus check. I got $1,200. Let's talk about that, Angel.
A lot of times when there is lower funds that are available, it can be a distraction for the bigger amounts that are deserving. A lot of people were trying to figure out how to position themselves for the monies that are available. And I've been on calls with the Black Caucus, with the Congress, with the Chamber, with the governor, where we've been on the line talking about the fact and advocating for the fact that a lot of small businesses, especially minority-owned businesses, nonprofits, and churches especially were displaced in what was actually issued out. We weren't given the first grouping of payout. We weren't able to access the monies. We weren't able to get what was available. It was as if a lot of it was a distraction just so that big banks and big business could get more monies available or access to them. And so just making sure that we are, we're informed, we're primed, and that we are in line ready to receive as distributions are being made. And so there are a lot of other organizations, there are a lot of segments of the government and different politicians that are really working hard to make sure that there are some real products that could get into the hands, of people that actually need it. A lot of times, like I said, smaller funds can be a distraction, to bridge, to stimulate economy, or just to prolong, possibly to prolong things that need to be fixed. So even with a lot of clients that I have that were applying for EIDL or applying for PPP, if they don't have their business in order, it's just going to delay the inevitable, which is they're going to be out of business, just like a lot of people lost their businesses and jobs in 2008, just like people lost their businesses or homes or, during various recessions or various times that things happen. But we have to be informed. We have to be educated. We have to be amped so that we know where to access, what to do, what to get, and how to get it. And so even when it came down to these applications, a lot of people weren't prepared because they weren't able to apply for their business because they've been doing their business like contractors. They don't have separate information. They don't have separate addresses. They don't have separate phone numbers. They don't have tax ID numbers. They're not able to take advantage. A lot of these companies were taking advantage of both sides. Okay. I have clients that are not minorities that at the beginning of this applied for funds through all of their 8 companies. What? And was able to get offers and funding for their companies. But we're scrambling just to try to make sense of our one company, and that doesn't make any sense. So it's time for us to do business the way that we're supposed to ensure that we're prepared to access funds as they become available.
People are joining us right now. I'm going to take a quick pause to allow. Let me say this. Ladies and gentlemen out there watching, I learned something years ago. What I do is a ministry, and Angel can tell you, I help people. I'm born to help others. I'm born to do radio for almost 40 years now to give information. So don't worry about, let me get it and don't tell nobody. I want to thank everybody for sharing this video. I need 5 people to share this now. Don't worry about, let me get mine first. And there's plenty to go around. There's plenty of funding and information. Angela, let's talk about that.
Yes. And so, the thing is that when we look at the numbers of people that actually got funded, at the end of the day, you weren't even counted to be in that number if you didn't apply, if you weren't prepared. A lot of people, even in the PPP product, which is based on payroll, people weren't prepared because they weren't doing business the way that they should. Even with a lot of churches, a lot of small churches, they weren't doing payroll. So they were trying to figure out, how could they get access to these funds? Well, the federal government had agreements with every
her audio went out. I think her audio got unplugged a little bit. We're going to give her a chance to reset her audio and get her audio back connected again. Your audio is out.
There it is. Sorry.
All right.
I got excited. Right. I started. Got excited. So what I was saying was that each state has had allocation to create a special pandemic unemployment product. So for those of you who were independent contractors, gig workers, creatives, those were the products that you were supposed to go after. So if you haven't done so, you want to make sure that you are applying with your state's unemployment agency, because there should be a special product that's tailored for independent contractors, business owners, gig workers, contract workers that don't have businesses, that weren't able to have payroll or go through PPP, and you want to be able to access those funds to help support you through this period of time. Access those unemployment dollars. That's what they're there for. Between March 29th and July 26th, the federal government is giving an extra $600 a week.
Hold on. The federal government is giving what?
They're giving through unemployment an extra $600 per week between March 29th and July 26th. So if you apply for this special unemployment insurance product, even as a gig worker, even as an independent contractor, even if you have never been on payroll, but you've done work and you're out in the field doing work and receiving money and you can't work now, those funds are for you. Access.
Okay, hold on. Now she getting heavy, y'all. She getting deep. Angel, because I love stopping her in the middle of stuff because she get on a roll. Angel. So you're saying if somebody is a recording artist, a singer,
a creative, a what?
And they not working right now.
They don't have a payroll check. So if you typically have payroll, then you automatically can apply. But I'm talking about people who typically are not on payroll.
Yeah.
There is a special product with the state that covers the unemployment insurance that the federal government has allowed that gives you access to the 39 weeks of unemployment and for the week. So what you want to do is when you apply, you backdate it and you say, look, I haven't been working since March 15th. I haven't been working since they have a stay-at-home order. I haven't been working because nobody's coming out to my business. I haven't been working because I can't go out to my clients. I'm saying those of you that are in that position, apply for it so that you can get those monies that are allocated for that reason. And that is at minimum with the federal government, they're allotting an additional $600 a week on top of whatever the state is going to allow.
People can actually, so if you want to get help, you can get the help, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So that is one way that's available. And you have to be able to, this is why having a consultant is so important, because for some clients, it made more sense for them to access the Paycheck Protection Program money because the 2.5 months of payroll, that is what they need to leverage. That is what is going to be worth more to them. And then for some clients, it might have been the EIDL product. It might have been another SBA product. So you need to be able to weigh out the options, because when you access at least the SBA products, you can really only access one that has the ability to convert to a grant or be forgivable. The key is this: a lot of you that have taken the PPP money, a lot of you that have small businesses, when you take that money, you make sure you read those rules because they're changing them every day right in front of us. The promise, according to the CARES Act, is that those monies would be forgivable if they were allocated to payroll. And if you had to allocate a portion, at least 75% had to be payroll. Find out that paperwork, find out what the requirement is so that you can get the loan forgiven. We don't go after that money because we want to be more in debt. We're not buying time so that we can fail later. We want to be able to access what is that free money. So ask your banker, ask who you've been dealing with, make sure that you have the proper paperwork for it to be forgiven.
Oh, so the trick is you can actually apply for these loans and do what you got to do, but there is an opportunity for them to be forgiven.
Yes. In the PPP program, that's the key, is that you want it to be forgiven. How much of a bridge would that be? How helpful would that be? The thing is that it doesn't, you don't want to, you access these things, or we're going through this time together. But if it's a prolonging, we don't want to prolong the pain. We want to have solutions.
Right.
This is what it's about, finding a solution. So yes, the loan is able to be forgiven, but you want to make sure that you have the forgiveness paperwork so that can be submitted.
Oh, wait, hold on. You said the loan can be forgiven, but you got to have the forgiveness paperwork. Some people forget the forgiveness share. I need 2 shares right now. So you got to have the forgiveness paperwork.
Yes, because that's what the banks think about it. The banks are in this to make money. They're making points. Do you think everybody is doing this? The idea is like, no, come get it. No, fine. We want to give it to you. And the reality is that there's going to be a large percentage come when this turns over in 6 months, when the first payments are due, where people are going to be scrambling because they didn't do the forgiveness portion.
I'm not going to put her business out there. Now, I got some people logging in. I'm gonna open the door for questions. You can write her a question right now. But Angel, you've gotten some nonprofits and some businesses some of this money.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is that that's
You
what
take care of your clients, basically.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because we wanted to make sure that they were in line. We wanted to make sure that they had everything, you know what I mean, that they needed in order. You know, a lot of times as this is coming, it's coming fast. Literally, when the CARES Act was approved, we were with one of our bigger clients. We were actually that night, after reading through the 800, almost 900 page document, we had a client we met with for 5 hours to go through.
Stop her again. Stop. Give me some water. Stop her again. Let her drink some water. Now I know you did. Ladies and gentlemen, I know she did. There was a document that was literally about 800 or 900 pages. You read the document, so you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the thing is that whenever we're engaging in a contract or an agreement, we need to make sure that we understand the totality, because the reality is that the interpretation of it wasn't even clear by the people who wrote it. The interpretation of it wasn't even clear by the banks who were accessing. That's why it took them so long to actually implement what the documentation was saying. So this is a living, breathing kind of like moment by moment that we're going through. This is all brand new. So as much information as we can garner, that's what we need. And we've got to work together. This is where, as professionals, we get on the same team. This is why people like you are so important, because you are an advocate for the small business. You're an advocate for the independent worker. You're an advocate for the artist. And so being able to pull together professionals who are in the field, in the trenches, getting the yeses, getting the nos, figuring it out, going back to the people and making sure that our clients aren't taken advantage of, that they don't go to predatory lenders, because that's what they do in our community. They sick predatory lenders on us, or somebody positions themselves to take advantage of us during these times because we don't know any better. And it's time out for that. We've got to know better, and we've got to do better, and we do this together.
Now I'm about to mess y'all up. I'm about to mess y'all up even more. Angel preached Mother's Day message yesterday. So you hear the preach on her coming out. Yeah, you know, she preached Mother's Day message yesterday. She had to preach yesterday. So she knew what she's talking about. She's a woman. Her and her husband are people of integrity. Y'all, I'm telling you, they know it. Matter of fact, she's going to give out her information, because now, let me say this. On your website, they can go ahead and book the appointment with you on your website too, right? When I put your website up, right?
They can,
okay,
yes.
Okay, so when they go onto your website, we're about to give it out. They can go book that with you as well. We're going to open the door up. We're going to open the door for like 4, 5. Go ahead, Angel, for about 5. You can text a question. I sent a link for 2 people to join us here live on the broadcast. If you have a question out there you want to ask her right now, she'll answer your question. Angel, let's talk about the situation with the independent. We covered the independent contractors. Now, what about a pastor? You got a pastor out there. Isn't the pastor freelance too?
Well, the thing is, it depends. It depends on how the church is structured. So if the pastor is typically on payroll, then the church should have been able to apply for the PPP product. So wherever the church banks, that's where they need to go to apply for the PPP product.
So it's good to have a relationship with your banker.
Absolutely.
They know when I walk in, and Angel know when I walk in Chase, they call me by my name. Hey, brother Steve. Matter of fact, sometimes I don't even stand in the line. They just say, come on, we'll just take care. It's a relationship with your banker and your friends like Angel. You got to have a relationship with Angel now, because I'm about to give out her stuff, and you're going to get in there. Talk about that relationship, and so the pastor can get some chips too.
Yes. And so for, which was a huge conversation, believe me, weeks ago with the Black Caucus, there was a lot of people that were very, very upset with how, the nonprofits, especially religious nonprofits, were treated in the distribution of funds. And so you could really tell now that the numbers are coming out, how displaced it is as far as what was available for our churches and our community. So for pastors, if you are on payroll, your church is paying payroll taxes on you, and you get a paycheck, then the church was in position or should be in position to apply for the Paycheck Protection Program. That allows for that church to get 2.5 months worth of payroll deposited into their account from the bank as a loan. That loan, if all of it is allocated for payroll, can be forgiven. So you want to make sure that you get that. If the pastor is not getting payroll, meaning that he is just taking a draw, or the church is paying him a stipend, or he's considered a contractor and the pastor gets he gets 1099, or maybe you have ministers or assistant pastors that get 1099, maybe you have musicians that get 1099. They are all considered independent contractors, and so they then themselves would want to apply for either one, the EIDL loan, which they just opened back up to late last week, and or you want them to apply, and you want them to apply for the unemployment insurance program. You want them to get it. It's 39 weeks. You want them to be able to access the funds that are between the dates that I mentioned, March 29th, July 26th, so that they can get the extra $600. So those are the people that want to get it, and a pastor is no different. So you want to be on that list.
All right, now I'm about to stir it up and make it a little complicated here, Angel, because I know I can throw stuff at her. I could like just take stuff and just throw that on Angel, and then she'll throw stuff at her. Angel, what about if the pastor has his church, but yet has a ministry on the side? So it's pastor is the pastor of what you call the Temple Church, but yet he has pastor TBA ministries. Can he get funding to both locations? Is that possible? Is it fair? Is it legal?
So no, if he's getting payroll, if you're getting payroll from anywhere, then you have a job. Then if you're able to continue to get paid through that job, then that disqualifies you for the unemployment. But if your business, let's say you have a business and there are no employees, or there's other employees other than you, then you might want to apply for the EIDL or maybe other products so that your business could be positioned. You could apply for business grants. You could apply for some of the business funds that are available, and so do that for the business, and then for yourself consider something different. So the with multiple entities, yes, you can apply for other products for the entities, but when it comes to your personal pay, you want to make sure you pick which one you want.
So now a lot of times churches, we're gonna go to the businesses in a second. So when pastors right now think that, oh my Lord, this whole Corona thing is tore up my church, and I can't pay my bills, the lights, the water. Now, listen, I say this every day on my broadcast. This has not caught God off guard. He know what he's doing. If you're not writing a script, cleaning your house, learning a new language, getting your paperwork in order, then you know where I get this from. Then you're the dummy. You're the big dummy. You got to work. This is the greatest time where you know you're not going to be evicted. Pay your rent, pay what you can, but you can get the government money to help. Angel, come on with us now. So if you are a pastor and you saying, wait a minute, I think my church is going under. I can't pay the gas bill. I can't pay the light bill. I can't even pay these musicians. We only give them $100 a week, for some smaller churches. How can a pastor recoup and get back on his feet? Or some pastors who may be renting a church. How can we help them get back? And if you want to send your comments into me right now. I'm about to take 3 questions right now. I'm about to take 3 questions.
So this is where on your team, as you bring your board together, as you bring your core team together, and you look at, or you even call a company, you call a company like us, and you say, look, this is what we have. These are all of our options. How do we move forward? The reality is that for your musicians, maybe you can't pay them, but maybe if you facilitate them being able to access those funds, maybe they would volunteer for you during the bridge, because maybe there's things that you can do to help support them or supply them with information, with different things. So it's time to get creative to make sure that people are taken care of. And so it might mean that you have to put some resources or give them some resources to be able to say, look, I want you to be able to access this, or while we're out, we're not able to do this, but we want you to access this because we believe that this will help you. And these are things that I've seen go a very long way. When it comes down to your bills, talk to your creditors, talk to your talk to the people, because there are programs and there are things that they can offer and they can do. If you don't know, if you're not going to ask, you don't have access if you don't ask for access. People are giving away stuff, but they won't tell you up front because they want the people who can do it, and the ones that don't, if you come out of this in 3 months or 4 months or 6 months and you're way behind, then for them it's like, oh well, we can charge you interest, oh well, we can recoup, because guess what, they're a business too, they have a bottom line too, but because their pockets are deeper, you want to be able to leverage whatever opportunity is there, whatever opportunity you can access. So what I want you to do is I want you to call them, I want you to call your mortgage company, I want you to call your landlord. Might have gotten funds based on losing rent, but they're still going to make you pay rent. You know what I mean? So just make sure that you ask the questions and you put things in place so that you can position yourself to leverage whatever's available. What I want to do, and I'm not sure how to do this, I want to put some links. I want to make some links available, and maybe you can do it in the post afterwards, but I want to put some links for some real grants that are available for creatives, for independents, for churches, and for businesses, because especially for women-owned businesses, because people are sick and tired of folks not being able to access money to help them, and they're putting together some real products, some real things that we can go after to help salvage, to help protect, to help bridge, to help advocate for our businesses so that we can more than survive, but we can thrive through this. Because I assure you, in every market, when there's a downfall, there is someone making money. Someone right now is making millions because we're in this scenario. Someone right now is making millions because this is going on. And I'm telling you that it's time out for it not to be us that can take advantage of being creative, being innovative, creating solutions, being positioned. So it's time for us to receive. And I want that for all of us.
You know, Angel, I'm going to have you email me those links. I'll put them on my page, but I want you to email me the most of those links. I'm sure they're going to be on your website where they can go to, and then when you talk to the people on the phone, because I know you're going to be taking a couple of calls this week with people who want to talk to you in person or on the phone. I know.
Well, I'm only doing this for you because I don't, usually these are conversations, these are intimate conversations, passionate conversations that we have with our clients, and we have when we're positioned to do so. So I will definitely share the links, with you so that you can pass them along.
All right. You know what? I'll put it in my online school, my unemployment class. How about that, Angel? We think that'll help? Okay, let me put that in my unemployment class. Here's my link to my webinar, freeunemploymentwebinar.com. Go to freeunemploymentwebinar.com. We got a live question right now. We're going to go to her from Atlanta, Georgia, and then we're going to go into business, and then we're going to wrap this show up because Angel got to go. She got her son had a wonderful 10-year-old birthday and everything as well. Thank you. And let me say, if you're watching the replay of this broadcast, of this broadcast right now, feel free to inbox us, email us, let us know how you feel. Thank you for the people who've sown into our ministry. God bless you. Yes, if you're watching the replay of this broadcast, here's what you have to do. You got to tell me you sold a gift into our ministry on our Cash App. Inbox me. Now, I know my Facebook page is full. I know it is full. But you can join my radio page, my group page, and all that information, and we'll go from there. We're going to go with a live question right now. Let's go to Atlanta. And hey, Shauna, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
All right, Shauna, you are one who asked to be on, and we're bringing you on, Shauna. Go ahead. Here's your time to ask Angel that question.
Well, the question is, how do I start a nonprofit organization for these little fellas? Their moms. I'm trying to help out moms that are mentally having some issues, mentally ill, or having problems and different things in life. So possibly a nonprofit organization for the kids.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. And that is definitely work that is close to my heart. What a beautiful baby. And what a beautiful heart you have to be positioned to care for and be a part of the village that supports and takes care of those little ones. As far as the nonprofit goes, there's a lot of steps, but the core is this: because it's a nonprofit, it is still a business. So a lot of times when people start philanthropy or they have a cause, they feel like, the cause is enough, but it is a business. So initially, some of the things that you want to do is you want to think about, number one, the name that you want to call it. You want to think about the address of where you want it to be. So if you don't have a commercial space, if you don't have a commercial place where you're running the business out of, then you're going to need an address. I do advocate for clients not to use their home for privacy reasons. So if you're going to establish an address for the business that is not commercial, I suggest getting a private mailbox so that it reads like a street address. After you do that, then you'd be ready to actually submit paperwork to your Secretary of State. Once you get your articles of incorporation, once you get your clear purpose statement, your mission statement, you at least at minimum want to have a board of at least 3 people. That is enough to be considered a legitimate board. So it should be you and 2 other people. You can sit on every position. So you could be on the board, you can be an officer, and you can also be hired by the nonprofit. So you can sit at each level, but at least 2 other people on your board, and preferably if only one other person related to you, if you have to go with somebody that's family. The reason being is because we want to prove to the IRS that it's not what they would consider a dummy board. It's an actual live board where people care about the cause, and you've grouped these people together to lead that cause because the board governs the nonprofit. The other thing that I want to mention is that no one owns a nonprofit. So when you start a nonprofit, you do not own it. You are the founder of it. You can be the director of it. You can work in it. You can be the chairman of the board, but there's no stock and there's no ownership. So once you establish the board, once you start functioning, you no longer have complete authority. The board is an equal vote amongst the board members. After that portion, after it's structured, after the articles are done, you got your charter number, you got your tax ID number, then there's more steps to do. You have to now get it tax exempt. So a lot of you that have started nonprofits and you said, oh, I've got my nonprofit and I've incorporated as a 501c3, there is more work to do. You have to get it tax exempt. And so the first, of course, is the IRS. So on all the applications are now available online. So they're completely eliminating all of the paper applications. So once you go through the exemption process, now you're ready to receive money. Now you're ready to get grants. So the federal exemption is one, the state exemption is another. Because obviously, if you want to be able to have a home to take care of these babies, or you want to be able to do portions of the work, the state exemption is vital, because then if you have the state exemption, then you could potentially be exempt or have reduced property tax, which is huge. So a lot of people stop at the IRS. You want to be exempt from the state, and you want to be registered with your Department of Justice. Those are the 3 key important relationships to have: IRS, your state, and the Department of Justice. After all those things are done, you make sure that you actually apply for the Google grant. You make sure that you can get a G Suite for free. You make sure that you are on GuideStar. You make sure that you make sense and that you have your Dun & Bradstreet. You make sure that all these things are in order, and then you would be grant ready. So what you can do is, if you need help with that, you give us a call. And then what we can do is, if you start to even raise funds now, the way that we do the paperwork, we backdate it to your date of inception. So you can start raising money now so that it's covered to be a contribution for the year when you actually exchange with somebody. So that can be a benefit for you. So those are the things that you would do. That's the core of the steps. I wanted you to hear it, but definitely if you want more information or want to walk through it specifically based on your state, please give us a call. This is what we do.
Okay.
All right, Shauna. Thank you very much, Shauna, for coming in. We got one more pastor who wants to come in, and thank you so very much. Shauna and you know what? Shauna's in Atlanta. She's a grandmother.
7 times.
7 times. She's a grandmother 7 times. Thank you so very much. We'll let her come back in and later on. So let me share this. Now, I know, Shauna, you just have to replay this video over again because what Angel said, she was off in space. She was gone. And you know, stop her. Angel be gone, but she gets it in. She gets it done. I'm waiting for Pastor Parker. He's trying to come in right now. And definitely, we're going to give out Angel's contact information. There's a question right now for Pastor Parker. I'm trying to get Pastor Parker to come on, but he's trying to get in right now. But let me say this. Here's a question for Pastor. If a pastor takes no salary, no 1099, is there a SBA section for mortgage assistance?
Okay. So even if he has no 1099, because if you remember, they did automatic extensions for all of the tax return products, right?
Yes.
So the pastor could still do the unemployment product for the state, which could be advantageous. As far as the SBA products that would help with mortgage assistance, which is a factor, if you get it, it is not forgivable. So there is a loan product. There is loan product that is available that you can get. Even the EIDL loan is supposed to be structured that way, but it is not forgivable in this particular space. And so the only part that's forgivable is the payroll portion, but anything that you would use for mortgage, any funds that you would get for that reason. And the thing is the rate is really good. So if you were able to get some of these products, they're deferring payments for 6 months. The interest rates are really low. So if you wanted to get it, then that's a part of what you can do. A lot of financial advisors are telling people do not do these mortgage deferments because the mortgage companies are not being very nice. They're deferring for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months with balloons at the end of them. They're not deferring them to the end of the product. So you'd almost have to like refinance out of it. So just be very cautious when you start looking at the mortgage products. But if you get the SBA monies, you can definitely spend it towards that, but just know that it's not forgivable. So they're not looking to save properties. They're more so focusing on what it means to save people's livelihood with employment. So just keep that in mind. So with the church, some of the things that you want to think about for those of you that have churches that haven't set up separate community nonprofits or CDCs or ancillary arms, for those of you that haven't done that, this is why that is important. Because if your church is out there doing community work, you're feeding the homeless, you're dealing with the youth, you're doing service, you're doing things that are in the world of the community that is not religious based. And so that work is the work that you want to be able to profile to get some of this grant money. That work is the work that you want to be able to access funds from. So just keeping all of that in mind as you continue to work through the ministry itself. So I just wanted to say that as well.
You know, we're going to put our information up on the screen. Thank you so much for those of you who are sowing, who are giving. If you give a $5 gift, God bless you. Thank you so very much. Those of you who have sown a seed of $10 or more, we thank you so very much. $10 or more, no, $15 or more. You get the tablet, you get the earbuds, and you get the smartwatch. You get all this good stuff. Angel, we're going to put our information up on the screen. And I'm gonna bless somebody with a trip to Vegas and Hawaii. If you're watching the replay, if you are watching the replay of this broadcast and it's later on where we're off the air and it's a replay, you can still sow into our ministry, but make sure you inbox me and let me know, oh, hey, I sold into the ministry. And don't forget to send my goodies and products as well. Angel, you said something that was powerful, but let me say this. People, please call your utility people. Please, Angel, they live down the street from me, from my house. Okay. So now people be actually, Steve, I want to come by your house. If you come off the 118 freeway, turn to your right, and you see a house with, musical gates outside. You see that Mercedes-Benz, the blue Mercedes outside. You see the waterfall and a nice shrubbery and trees. That's not my house. I live down the street. All right. So, y'all know what we got to do to make things happen. Angel, let me ask you this. And let me say this, first of all. I'm so excited. Call your utilities. The California Commission has given credit to a lot of the utilities out here. I called the gas company the other day, Angel. to pay my gas bill. She said, you want an extension? I'm like, I'm good. I'll pay you. She said, no, you want an extension? I said, I'm good. She said, do you want the extension? Give me the extension, lady. Get off my phone. She said, okay. We started laughing. And you know what? She said, I'll give you till, hold on. I said, you only owe this month. I said, I'll pay you now. She said, I'll give you the extension till, okay, you all said April 2021. What? A 1-year extension. The cable company is giving it. You can't cut my cable off. You can't cut. The other day, California DWP, I know we're happy about this one. DWP just put something out that nobody in the DWP will get your lights or your power utilities cut off for the rest of the year. We got a whole year to get this. This is a setup. This is a setup. Thank you, everybody who's getting this is a setup. We got another question out there. Angel, I want to ask you one time. This is incredible. What about if you have a business? You have a business and you just get, because I know there's a lot of grants that's going to be out in July. I'm putting my name on the list too. There's a lot of grants. And see, this between you and everybody else, you know where the money is. Angel, you know where that money is. But there's a lot of grants that's going to be available in July and they get you set up. What about people who have a business and your business may have been hit right now and you're trying to figure out what you got to do to make it? What do you have to do to survive? What do you say that? I mean, what can we say? Hold on, here's the question from Madonna. If you have an S Corp and you draw and you take a draw, is there a way to include your earnings, profits, to include the PPP?
So unfortunately, because the PPP product requires them to have copies of your 940 and 941, the draw on your K1 is not able to be substantiated to calculate the PPP funds. But what you can do is that the draw that is there in terms of the K1, in terms of what would be on your pass-through, that is leverage for the unemployment product. So if that is if that's your only source of income, then you want to be able to apply for that product so that you can actually receive directly those unemployment funds that typically wouldn't be available to you as a business owner who's only taking a draw. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the business itself. This is where you want to be able to apply for those grants, because this is a season where we're seeing grants for for-profits. We're seeing grants for companies, especially women-owned companies. Even one of the links I'm going to put out is Essence Magazine is doing a $100,000 grant to champion Black women in business. So we're looking at Spanx is doing a grant for women-owned businesses. So there's a lot of very specialty areas where they're giving out money to help these businesses survive, because they're committed to making sure that we're able to be sustained and continue to be viable during this period of time. So that's what you want to be able to go after. But if you're looking for, again, those PPP funds, because of the language that's in the documentation, they're predicating it on numbers that are calculated from 940s and 941s. And so the only other option becomes being able to posture yourself to access some of those unemployment funds. So that's what I would say without knowing the whole story. That's would be my blanket recommendation. I hope that helps. And
go ahead, Angel.
And I was going to say, those of you that ask the questions, I will look out for your contact information, or please contact my office and let them know that you were on this live, that you were one of the questions, and we'll make sure to get you a free consultation so that you can get this information directly and get these questions. For the 3 people that had their questions chosen, please feel free to give us a call. And if we can serve or help or support you, then it'll be our honor to do so.
Woo, now everybody, let me go back and wave to the mother again. There's the mother. She just gonna hook you up with a free consultation. That's the mother in Atlanta, and we're gonna go to Ohio right now. Now this is one of the most progressive pastors I know in Ohio, besides my dad. Besides my daddy. All right, amen. But we want to go ahead and somebody's emailing me a question. We're gonna get that in a quick second, but let's go to Pastor Parker. He is the pastor out there of a great church in Ohio. And we want to get him on the air to ask his question, because I know his members are watching us right now. And Pastor Parker, you're live, and let's get you in to ask your question. and to Angel before we get ready to dismiss and end this wonderful broadcast. Go ahead, Pastor Parker.
God bless you. Young lady, you are very informative. Thank you for the information. Pastors give inspiration and motivation and manifestation and revelation. We need some information. She actually answered my question. I sent it in. I'm in charge of leadership and development for close to 100 pastors in the Church of God in Christ in Ohio. And that was the question they asked me. And I knew the part about the 1099 and the, you know, all the other thing, but because they've been given Holy Ghost handshakes, not doing the taxes, and that type of thing, there was just not much they could do. So I wanted to put that out there.
And I would say this, if you, I did extend the offer to you as well. So if there is a conference call or a space where you want to have this conversation that you feel would be informative to those pastors and the people that you serve, just contact us and let me know. And I would be more than happy to share the information, because the reality is that a lot of them should be, especially the ones that are been doing church online, or those that have had difficulty in terms of technology, being able to position themselves to access as much of this as possible. If they have viable churches that are truly tax exempt, they should be able to access free resources through TechSoup. They should be able to access free resources through Google. They should be able to access the grants. Our churches should come out because of the grant money that's available through Google for the nonprofits, churches included. They should be able to position themselves to be in front of the conversation or ad space or ad dollars. Even right now, Facebook is offering a $5,000 grant to businesses across the board, where they're doing $4,000 for the recipient and then up to $1,500 in ad credit. And a lot of times our constituents, they don't understand, well, what's the value of the ad credit, because they're not used to running ads. That is how you get in front of the people. That's how you stay in front of the conversation. So equipping them with the information so that when they access it, they know what to do with it. So those are the types of things I think would be extremely valuable. All of your pastors, if they're not on payroll, they should be in that unemployment product so that they can take advantage, and they need to backdate it before March 29th so that they can get all of the money that is allocated towards that additional $600 when you look at the dates, if they can, because of when they shut down the opportunity for churches to gather. We want to go back to those dates because those are real weeks, those are real dollars where they weren't able to do their work. And so that's what the allocation is for.
Look, I'm going to hit you up on your link, and I'm going to go get the leadership of the Church of God in Christ in Ohio and get them all in one place. And I want to hit you up so you can talk to them, introduce yourself to them, and we can go from there. I really appreciate you, Steve. Good job, man, bringing good stuff up. And Word Church that are on here, you all copy these links. You all know I'll be a little slow in the head sometimes. Get those links, Tara, and so. Tara, now.
She just did.
Oh, she did?
She just did.
Word Church can't come on here without sowing. They know that. You sow when you come on. That's my media team. You know, we need the information. God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you.
All right. So we're going to do this one more question. Angel's information is right there on the screen. Try to get an appointment for those people who had the questions. We wanted you to come on and to say something to Angel. Real quick, Angel, here's a quick question. Is this a good time to start a new business?
You know what? It's a brilliant time to start a new business, because this is there's so much going on that allows for creativity, that allows for problem solving. There's so much that's going on. And what's going to happen is that if people that are preparing now for businesses, that are putting down the foundation now, they're going to realize that in 6 months, all the people who were just trying to take advantage, who were just popping up, all those people are going to disappear. And those of you that laid the roots, laid the foundation, you're going to stand. A lot of you that are in terms of business, some of you have books inside of of you. This is the time to write it. Some of you have other works inside of you. This is the time to execute it. You have songs, you have things that should be written, you have things that should be done, things that should be created. This is the time to do it, because the thing is that they're going to need what you have. And if you don't put it out, if you don't create it, then it won't be ready when it's time to hit the market. And so just be conscious of the things that are inside of you that are supposed to come out during the next season. So you want to be prepared. It's a perfect time to start. It's a perfect time to also analyze, to look at, to make adjustments. So those of you that have businesses that you've been confronted with, take a look, evaluate, make sure. Sometimes when you're in a fog or you're in a routine, you don't even realize it, but that fog or routine can keep you stagnant down on a level that you're not meant to stay on. And so something like this actually is in a space to expose the greater things that are available. So take advantage of that as well. But it is a great time to start a business. It's a great time to fix a business. And it's a great time to know when it's time to change a business as well. So just be conscious of those things. And I'm sure that you'll be able to maneuver appropriately.
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something that's going to upset my little big sister. So I know she got that look, and I'm about to do something to upset her. I'm going to have her text me her Cash App, because we want to bless you as well. I know. No. I want you. No, I know. Go ahead. Text me your. Okay. Somebody also let me while you're texting me your Cash App, Angel. Let me answer this question that somebody just emailed me. They couldn't get on, but they emailed me a question, and they said, she's texting me, my name is Mr. Weathers. I'm in a desperate need of rental payment assistance. I've been out of a job since March 16th. The government paid us one time, and that was it. I've applied for food stamps and unemployment. Neither have arrived yet. What should I do? Text me your Cash App, Angel, so I can put you on blast, and we're going to let the people bless you. And also, here is her company website. You can go there, schedule an appointment with her. She has a system that she used to schedule an appointment. And the three people that she said, the three people that she said she's going to bless, I know who you are. I know the three people. So Angel, she's delaying texting me her Cash App because, but that's on her. But, we got to bless my little sister. So you answer the question while you still praying. Now, she's a preaching machine now. Now, when this thing is lifted, they get back on their planes. She'll bless your ministry. She'll come do a workshop in person. Now, you think her and her husband together, I'm surprised he ain't walked in the camera. Them two right there, my God, woo, Parthenia.
Oh my God, you went all the way back.
Because y'all know we down there get new paperwork set up and everything too. All right, there it is. I got the Cash App. I'm gonna answer that question so we can
to the gentleman who emailed the question in. There is, it breaks my heart because I know that a lot of people are in that same situation and trying to access as much assistance as possible. And for the people who are still waiting for the traditional unemployment, I'm telling you that the pandemic unemployment product is fairly new. And so they release those funds. So you want to be able to contact your state. I don't know what state you're in, but you want to be able to contact your state and access those monies. They should not have the same timeline, the same wait time as the traditional funds. It is different. So keep that in mind while you're accessing it. I think that you're doing right by getting food stamps or any of the available resources that exist. Unfortunately, my wheelhouse is business, for profit and nonprofit. So I don't know too much about some of the products that are available for individuals. But I do know from what I have seen in terms of some of the state orders for landlords is that if you're currently in a place that they aren't going to displace you now, but you want to be cautious of when that's lifted. So if there was anything for you to access, I want to let me just see what I can figure out. But I think the most that I could come up with would be the unemployment product. But the rest of it, I think you're already doing as much as you can and what needs to be done. The other thing is also contact your congressperson. That's really going to be I'm going to kill you. That's also going to be the main thing as well. There is a link that I want to send you for people to sign up to contact their congressperson, because they are talking about having a recovery fund, and that could be huge for a lot of small businesses and a lot of individuals. And I want you to be able to put your list and contact your congressperson and make sure that they are voting for this particular recovery fund that is supposed to manage dispersing funds in a better way to truly small businesses and people that are truly suffering during this time. And so I'm going to provide that link as well, because it's essential for us to keep our voice in front of the politicians that are supposed to serve us. So don't be quiet, don't be shy. Contact your politician and make sure that they are advocating for what you need. And if there's resources, that they are the ones to make sure that it gets into your hands. So that's what I would say. And I can definitely share those links. And I will be praying for you and your family, and just making sure that you're covered during this season, and that you're able to get work and you're able to get the things that you need to continue to provide for yourself and your loved ones.
Amen. So we're going to ask 2 more questions. That's it. We got to go. But here is another question that came in, and I know someone who is an Uber driver. Can they get unemployment?
Absolutely.
They don't get a check, not safe to drive right now.
Absolutely. And in the unemployment products, they actually have a portion that says you can't do the work because you're not allowed to do the work, or there's no clients coming to you for the work. So absolutely. And you want to backdate it to when they stopped working. Don't just do it now. Don't apply for it now. Go back to March, go back to when everything started, so that it could cover that period of time. And what will happen is they'll be able to certify all those weeks and get the back pay for those weeks that they didn't work.
All right, Angel, your Cash App should be going off right about now. Your Cash App, you should be going.
If there wasn't a line in between us, I know
what you would do. I know what you would do. See, this is how we roll. We help. This is what we do. You cannot be blessed and not help other people. You cannot be blessed and help other people, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what we do, and this is how we do. Okay, let me answer this one more question, and I'm gonna ask this question. We're on Facebook Live right now. Let me ask with Angel. But let me ask this question real quick. If you are a recording artist, a gospel recording artist, a singer, you haven't sung in 30 weeks. Because that means you weren't singing before the pandemic. So can you get help? What's the best way for you to get help? And then Sunny Day has just asked us the question as well. Let's answer the first question for the gospel recording artists.
Mm-hmm. So for the recording artists, absolutely. If they were impacted and they weren't able to work, they weren't able to, they weren't able to go out and get jobs. They weren't able to perform. There's no gatherings. Go back to that period of time and get covered for unemployment for this specific product during that particular period of time.
Well, okay, here's the question. If a pastor is bivocational, will they be able to get pandemic unemployment since the churches were shut down? I think we answered that earlier. Go ahead, answer that again.
Yes, they will, as long as they don't have another job during that period of time. So they'll be able to access it as well, as long as there's not another income that's impeding or making it so that they are, partially employed. They have to be completely unemployed.
All right, everybody, you know what? I'm going to just end it. Stop, because me and Angel, we can talk. We can talk. This is what we do.
So Brandon falls asleep. And we
asleep. I was like, Angel, okay, this is what we gonna do. And she's like, okay, and then she puts it all together, and then it's like a document, and then it's like, oh, now, Angel, you do the business. I'll create the stuff out of we'll just make up. It's about helping people. It's about helping people, and I'm so grateful for my little big sister. There's her information. Go to her website right now. We know the three people she's going to bless with free consulting. If you want to go to her website, she's got information. Somebody send me another question right now. Thank you, Sunny Day. Thank you, everybody. Send your thank yous in right now. Yes, it will be Will this be able to go back? Yes, we'll be able to share this video. I'm going to replay it again over and over again. And I'm also going, this is what I'm going to do. I'm also going to put Angel's links in my online training school. That's what we'll do. Is that okay, Angel?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I've got at least I would say 9 links of grants that are available now for creatives, for women-owned business, for profits, for nonprofits. So you want to get those links. These are grants that are available now, and they're not, you know what I mean? They're going to run out when they run out of money. So you want to get in line.
Okay, I'm going to put them in. So if you're not a member of my free unemployment webinar, watch the webinar. I'll get the information tonight. I'll load them into the system, and then you can watch the webinar. After the webinar, you can join the class, and you get all the links you want. And we've got some other links in there. We've got some other resources in there. We've got some other stuff about how to get government grant money and everything else. And this video will be also featured in the unemployment class as well. So you have all that information. I got another. Okay, you're welcome, Pastor. And okay, please put the Cash App back up again. Okay, we're going to put Angel's Cash App back up. It's not your Cash App, Steve. Put Angel's Cash App back up. I'll put Angel's Cash App back up again. Let me go find it. And Angel, any closing words, anything you want to say to say something to the people to lift them up and encourage them? This is the best side. This is the best time. And I know you ain't cooking tonight.
Well, you know, Brandon does the cooking.
He does the cooking, all right.
He does.
It's my night to do dinner at my house. So it's my night to cook tonight. So I got to go and do what I got to do to get dinner ready. All right, Angel, what closing words you want to say? And everybody, we'll be resharing the video. We're going to reshare this video. It'll be in my unemployment system as well. Watch the free webinar and then join the class. That'll be there as well. And also, this is what I'm going to do. Everybody who's one of my students in any of my online courses, you get a trip to Vegas and Hawaii. Okay, so if you're in any of my online training classes, you get a vacation, you get a trip, And people say, Steve, this ain't real. People have called me today, they've gotten their stuff, they got their certificates. So we're going to bless everybody. If you're in any of my online courses, then you get that Vegas and Hawaii trip as well. Angel, there's your Cash App. Your Cash App should be going off. Angel, here's your website. What closing words you want to say? Because I got more questions, but I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to call you on the phone.
Well, I appreciate all of you that have tuned in live to my brother over there. He's amazing. He does great work in the community, and what you see is what you get. You know, he's all heart, and he's an advocate, and he stands for, you know, the truth of what it means for people to have resources and information. And it's my honor and privilege to be in this space with him. And I thank God for you. You know, I thank God for the work that you're doing, and all the people that are listening, whether now live or on replay. It's because there is great things for you to do, and you need to access the things that are available. And we don't want there to be a lack of information or a lack of knowledge. We don't want that to be an excuse as to why you couldn't get what was actually yours, you know what I mean, to attain. And so I'm just excited to be part of the work. This is my life's work. This is what we do. This is all we do every day, is talk, you know, business and structure, and just helping people navigate unsure waters to make sure as much as possible that they're insulated, that they're protected, that you are building something for legacy, and you don't want to put it at risk. And so we're building something for something greater. We're building it for succession. We're building it for our children. We're building it for our communities. We're building it for ages to come. Our businesses, our work, it's perpetual in its existence. That means beyond you, beyond me, it will still be here as long as it's tangible, it's written. That's why it's so important for us to do this work. So I'm excited to be in it with you. And for those of you that need my services, please feel free to visit us on the website, to connect with us. We're here for the work, and I'm excited to do it and hopefully get to know a lot of you a lot better as the time goes on. So thank you.
Amen. I'm going to ask Pastor Eddie Parker if he can come back on and give us a closing prayer. We want to thank Sister Shauna. Shauna right there once again. Thank you, Shauna. Did you enjoy it? Did the information help you, Sister Shauna?
It helped a lot. Trust me. I'm getting ready to be on it.
All right. She's going to be on it. She's going to make it happen. Thank you very much, Atlanta, Georgia. Let's go to Cincinnati, Ohio. And we want to thank Pastor Parker. Thank you so very much. LaDonna Roberts. She is a brilliant businesswoman out there. She's doing great things, wonderful things. Thank you, Sister DeAntoinette Harris, DeAntoinette Robinson as well for watching our broadcast as well. Pastor Parker, we're going to come on and say a closing prayer. Don't forget, if you're watching the replay of this broadcast, share the information. Thank you so very much, Tara, out there who's watching. Thank you, Word Church. Word Church is a great supporter out there. And also, y'all know I got a TV to give away this week. I got a flat screen. I got a giveaway. We're going to find a church, a ministry with members under like 50 people. You're a small ministry. We want to bless you with a flat screen TV to be able to bless some people. All right. Pastor Parker, we're going to bring him on. And he can say a closing prayer to us out there to pray for the people who are going through challenges and changes. And then we're going to have Angel say goodnight. I'm going to say goodnight. Watch the replay. Share the video. Share this information. Pastor Parker, come on with a closing prayer as you bless the people out there watching our broadcast.
Yes, sir. Wonderful show. And that's Columbus, man, not Cincinnati.
Columbus, Ohio.
God, I thank you for this day, for this is a day that you have made. We rejoice and be glad in it. I thank you for this platform that you have blessed your man servant with and this powerful woman of God. Lord, you declared that in all of our getting, we need to get some sense, some understanding. God, I thank you for the opportunity for what we got. Now let those who have an ear to hear what the Spirit has said, God, help us to have an Issacharian anointing to understand the times and the season that we're living in right now, understanding that we have opportunity, more opportunity than challenge. And the opportunity of a lifetime is only good, the lifetime of an opportunity. Help us to seize the moment, oh God, because beyond Chronos time, there is Cryos time, there is Krios time, your time, and help us to move in your time. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Thank God, amen.
Amen.
And Pastor Parker, you giving out chicken on Sunday in Columbus, Ohio, right?
Yes, we gave out 5,000 pounds of chicken just in 1 hour to feed over 5,000. Wow. As I was unloading the truck, I said, come here in 20 minutes. If you could get down here, I'll give you a 40-pound box of Pilgrim boneless, skinless chicken. The real giveaway is Sunday. We're going to be in our tailgate worship. Come in your car, but dance in your car. And we'll be preaching, and afterwards, we're going to be passing out chicken to everybody who comes to church. They can shut the doors, but we're going to still dance in Columbus, Ohio, and we're going to eat chicken. We're going to eat chicken.
We're going to eat chicken. Thank you, Pastor Parker. Angel, thank you so very much. Don't forget, contact her. There's her information. And I'm telling you, she's literally serious when I say go to her website and schedule. When I call her, now I call her on the private cell phone. Now, when I call her, sometimes it's like, Steve, I got to get on the schedule. So I had to get on the schedule for this tonight. I know my time is up. So I call her husband and say, wife right there. Can I get But she is about ministry. And she's serious about it, and she eats and sleeps and breathes this every day. And she's a minister of the gospel, y'all. So she's the real deal. Who else do you want to have setting you up, looking after you, and making sure? Because I'm putting my name in the hat too, so I can get some, some digital grant and whatever. We ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about that right now. Thank y'all so very much. One last comment. I got to hang up because all right, a seed for Angel is on the ground. Amen. Thank you so very much, LaDonna. Thank y'all so very much. All right, y'all, we get ready to get out of here. Watch the replay. And if you can, share this video, start a watch party so we can get the word out there and Angel can be a blessing. Angel, thanks so very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all soon. Brother Steve is here live from Hollywood, California. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for everything. Thank you for watching and share this video. Good night.
From Hollywood.
Yo, DJ, are you done mixing yet?
Your DJ has only just begun.
Hello, I'm Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hey, it's Latoya Luckett, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
This is Rance Allen, and you're watching my friend, Brother Steve TV.
Hey, y'all, this is Leandra Johnson, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hi, this is Rodney Darkchild Jerky. This is Chris Tucker. This is Kirk Franklin. And you are watching Brother Steve. And you're watching Brother Steve. Brother Steve TV. Stay tuned.
From Hollywood, California, you're watching Brother Steve TV.